Have you ever wondered where money came from? Not paper bills or credit cards, but money itself? Thousands of years ago, before cash machines and bank accounts, people traded goods and services. But one ancient civilization changed everything. They invented something that would shape the future of trade and economies all over the world. That civilization was called Lydia, and they were the first people to make coins. Today, we're going back in time to explore the fascinating story of the Lydians, the inventors of the world's first coins. The Lydians were an ancient people who lived in a region called Lydia in what is now Western Turkey. Their land was rich in natural resources. There were fertile valleys for farming and forests full of game to hunt. But most importantly, Lydia had gold, lots of it. Their capital city was called Sardis. It was a bustling, wealthy city, famous for its grand palaces and strong walls. Sardis was also located along important trade routes. Merchants from Greece, Persia, and other faraway places would pass through Lydia to buy and sell goods. The Lydians spoke their own language, which was part of a group called the Anatolian languages. They had their own unique customs, religion, and ways of life. They worshipped gods like Cybele, the mother goddess, and other deities connected to nature and fertility. But the Lydians are most famous today for something that changed the world forever: their invention of coins. Before coins, people used a system called barter. That meant they exchanged one item for another. If you had extra grain, you could trade it for goats. If you had pottery, you could swap it for cloth. But barter wasn't easy. What if the person with the goats didn't want your grain? What if your pottery was worth more than the cloth someone was offering? People needed a better system. Over time, they started using precious metals like gold and silver as a form of payment. These metals were valuable everywhere. But there was still a problem. How much was a lump of gold really worth? People had to weigh it every time they made a trade, and not everyone trusted the scales. This is where the Lydians come in. The Lydians lived near a river called the Pactolus. This river was famous because it carried a special kind of sand that was rich in a natural alloy called electrum. Electrum is a mix of gold and silver. The Lydians collected this electrum and shaped it into small, flat pieces. Then they did something new and clever. They stamped each piece of metal with a mark or symbol. This mark told people that the piece of electrum was a certain weight and purity. That meant everyone could trust its value without having to weigh it or test it. These stamped pieces were the world's first coins. The Lydians had invented money as we know it today. The first Lydian coins were made around 600 BCE during the reign of King Alyattes. Later, his son, King Croesus, improved the coins even more by making separate coins of pure gold and pure silver. The earliest Lydian coins were small and oval-shaped. They were made of electrum and stamped with a picture of a lion's head. The lion was the royal symbol of the Lydian kings. It stood for power, courage, and wealth. The coins came in different sizes and weights. Some were as heavy as 14 grams, while others were tiny, just a fraction of a gram. This allowed people to use coins for both big and small purchases. The idea was simple, but powerful. Coins made trade easier, faster, and more reliable. People trusted coins because they knew their value was guaranteed by the king himself. Coins changed everything. Before coins, trade was slow and complicated. After coins, it became faster and easier. Merchants didn't have to carry heavy bars of metal or haggle over the value of goods. They could use coins to buy and sell anything. Coins also helped kings and governments collect taxes. Instead of getting paid in grain or animals, rulers could ask for coins. That made it easier to pay soldiers, build roads, and grow their kingdoms. Because coins were portable and trusted, they made long-distance trade grow. Soon, Lydian coins started showing up in places far from Sardis. Greek city-states like Ephesus and Miletus began using coins too. Then the idea spread even further to Persia, Egypt, and eventually to Rome. The Lydians may have disappeared long ago, but their invention changed the world. Their simple idea, stamped pieces of metal that hold a guaranteed value, became the basis for modern money. Coins spread across Europe, Asia, and Africa. They were used for thousands of years and are still in use today. Even the word money has roots in ancient coins. The Roman word moneta, where we get money, comes from a temple where coins were minted. Next time you hold a coin in your hand, think about Lydia, the small ancient kingdom that invented one of the most important tools in human history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the ancient world. *.